our immunity, probably prevent COVID. Everything is a probability that we should understand very clear. Because if it was certainty, then no healthcare worker or doctor would have been infected with it. So first, from our mind, we should remove the word stability, certainty. These things are only good to be in dictionary. Stability, continuity, all these things are not part of reality. In
Right.
reality, the only thing which is there is change. So pep talks, standing before mirror and talking, doing exercise, doing yoga, nothing can save you from inevitable. We have to understand that reality. What we are trying to do is sometimes postpone the inevitability or increase the probability of not contacting with not just corona, also many other mental sickness we may have, which are worse than corona. So corona is just an excuse for all of us to get together and like how we deweed the garden, how we use Shrikant can tell us about how they handle malware, adware. You can set up a firewall, but any firewall can be breached. Please understand. So we don't understand a weed, but Dr. Priya can tell a weed could be used as medicine. So things till we don't know appear to be unknown and uncertain. So that is the foundation with which I would like to share the session with you. This session is not a promise, but this session will increase the probability of us living healthily in mind and in the body level, because mind is the software. Okay, so like a good computer, the computer may look great, but if it can't boot, there is no use of a great looking computer. Correct? So the software is the key. So that has to be understood very clearly by each of us. So the ancient traditions across globe give a lot of importance to mind culture. And one of the key reasons why we are talking here today was a fantastic one-to-one I had with Amrut. I have always looked up to him because he trained me for my presidency 1 year back. And he is not only saying things positive, he tells things practical. So when we had a discussion, he said, this is the time we have to reach out to our people, because we both figured out as a system, we may be a robust system. BNI is the robust business system available in the market today. I don't need to sell it to the room. All of you know that. But every system will have inbuilt weakness. And we, the people, are the weakness right now. So we should never feel weak or depressed. Whatever has to happen will happen, and we have to just face it. Okay, so that is the main key. And when he suggested that why not we do this, I agreed very wholeheartedly, because a great opportunity to interact. So what we will do is we will learn certain practical tips which you yourself can go and share with others. Okay, there is no copyright, there is no trademark, you don't need to acknowledge anything. It's like you learned a recipe from your grandmother, or you had a discussion with your college professor or a close friend. They don't expect you to give them anything other than practice. So the only prerequisite I would say is please practice whatever you learn. Otherwise, the time you invested, you could have slept a bit longer on a Sunday, right? So you have given value to a particular stuff. So you yourself only should add value, not devalue it by not practicing. So this is one of the primary reasons. Personally, also, I don't go in search of corporates for asking them to give me classes. I always respect people who come to learn because they practice much better than we go to someone and start telling them, right? So this group has come on its own. So I feel that you would practice on your own, and you, all of you are here. You can create your own self-help groups in your family, community, and your chapters. Okay. So what we can do is, first thing, all of us clap. This is one thing we have learned in BNI, right? We clap. So this clapping is very important, not this clapping. This clapping is okay, but this clapping where the sound should be so vigorous that you also should feel tingling sensation and pain. Why this is important? I can see many of us in the other side of 35, 40, 40 plus, as we grow old, and we also live in Bangalore. Bangalore is a Vata triggering climate. Vata triggering climate means what? Our probability of getting joint pain is much more. Joint related issues are much more. So if we could do this clap is not only going to help us in building immunity because it activates 28 marma points in our body. Marma are secret subtle points where this acupressure and acupuncture people activate for us to have better health, right? So 28 points are located here. And when you clap like this, what happens? I can see a good mix of men and women here. For women, you have this uterus points are here. For men, when we grow old, the important problem is prostate, correct? So we all can protect ourselves from prostate issues and uterus related issues, and clapping helps us a lot. So I'm going to give you a demonstration. It is like many of us have washed clothes, right? When you are in school or when you go to take bath in the river, the way you wash clothes is slightly different, right? So that kind of a sound we should get. So let us all practice for next 3 minutes. Your hands will pain, it's okay. Try to keep a smiling face and practice because it will be paining. Hari, you have to clap vigorously. There is no force, yeah. Good, we did 2 minutes. I think if I ask you to do more, you may exit. It's not easy. You can stop the practice. Okay. Here, you will not get any force. You have to come like this. Imagine your, it's very dangerous example, Amrut knows. Imagine slapped by your spouse. Or someone, you have an altercation or you are slapping someone. If you notice, see, let's not fake it. All of us have been slapped or we have slapped someone at some point of time in life, right? So you will feel not only the person whom you administered slap will feel the pain, you also will feel the pain, right? Sometimes it feel, am I hitting a stone? Correct? So some of you are very strict with your children. I don't know. Ilungo appears to be a very strict father also. I don't know. What his children might have got some dosages from him. See, this portion, you should feel as if there is very hot, prickling and tingling sensation. Okay, so my request is whoever is here above 40, every day please practice clapping for 20 minutes minimum. When you do it at a stretch, you will see the joint problems completely vanish away. Your internal organs, particularly digestion, improving. Okay, because the digestion is extremely important for boosting your inner immunity. Because today in the newspaper, you saw British biologicals ready saying that vitamin D chewables are there. You can eat whatever is sold in the market. Even at BNI, we have a lot of people who are selling energy drinks, food, everything. But if you can't digest, where will the benefit come to you? As it is in our lifestyle, our digestive system is the weakest. Remember that. So this is the first thing. You can take supplements. You can drink water. Even water has to digest. Many of us think water is just like that. No. Water also has to digest. See, any input, there is an output. The in-between process is digestion. Even the thought is an input. Whatever you process is you are digesting that thought. If it is not digested properly, you will get headache or you will feel irritated. And if that thought digested and gave you a great idea, you will feel elated. So these are all the outputs. So any input, whether it is a thought, food, or any process or anybody talking, has to digest well. So this is good way of building the digestive system, as well as it is like giving a mild shock to the nervous system. So it will start working. See now, how are you feeling now? If you have clapped well, there is a different sensation, right, in your palms. So
Yes.
please practice this. What you can do is, if you have 3 meals a day, right? At least 2 minutes of clapping before every meal you can do, or 6 minutes of clapping. But if you are an early riser, this is a warning for either of the spouse who is getting up early. At no home, nobody gets up same time, correct? If you are the guy or girl who is getting up early, please don't clap. It will wake people up, and don't then call me that we did practice and something happened. Okay, so technically, what we do, nobody need to know. Does anyone know our ATM pin number? Nobody need to know. So we don't need to advertise what we are doing. If you are living in a place where you can move away and do your stuff, please do it. If we are practicing, it doesn't mean others should practice. Others will inspire and they will practice. That is different. Okay. So don't irritate anybody by clapping early in the morning. Okay. That's, I'm giving you a tip. Though it is a good thing, people should be ready to do good things. You don't force people to do good things. Okay. So this is the important thing about clapping. Now coming back to corona specific stuff, any virus will enter and first test whether our ENT system is strong, correct? Ear, nose, throat. So if we keep our ear, nose, throat clean, this area clean, the probability of you getting infected will be less. Even if you get infection, you can easily knock it off the system or reduce the impact of it in our body. Okay. So how to do protection of ENT? Very simple. All of us have solar at home, right, nowadays. Or you have, so before, when you get up in the morning, you can do salt water gargling. This is a very, very important step for us for prevention. Next, whenever you go out and you come back home, please gargle the mouth or with salt water. Don't need to buy costly mouthwash. It is akin to dumping chemicals into your body, and you are also paying for that. And then again, you have to go and pay for the doctor. A proper Himalayan salt or rock salt is enough for you. So please do saltwater gargling whenever you feel that there is itching in the throat. Whether you have itching or not, also you can practice saltwater gargling. Correct? See, all of us are not only business owners, we also talk for our own people. So generally, I feel a BNI member talks slightly more than a non-BNI member.
Should it be done in the morning or
Yes, anytime.
bedtime?
Any time of the day, you can do saltwater gargling. Because salt water is extremely important. The reason, the body fluids are all lukewarm. So you should not introduce a new liquid or a room temperature liquid. That is why in olden days, or even if many of us have traveled to Kerala, the original Kerala cuisine, when you go and sit in a restaurant, is always given with you with the chukkuvellam. A warm water will be given. Not only it aids digestion, it keeps the body also alert. Okay. So that is the second thing I wanted to tell you. But before that as well, if you want, you can have clove powder also in the washroom, mix it with salt and just do salt water gargling. And I can see many of you prepared to practice yoga also with mats. So if you have someone near your home who can teach you a simple technique called Jalaneti. Jalaneti, I will share with Amrut and Rohit the booklet. They will share it with you. It's a fantastic technique which will keep your nasal passage spot clear. And this is a technique which many of us in Bangalore have to do. If you do it regularly, you don't need to take medicines for early morning sneeze, because many of us may have deviated septum, correct? So people who have the propensity to catch cold are also prime candidates for corona, right? So you have to increase your vitamin C intake. Don't need to go for the costly apple. The wild gooseberry is more than enough. And don't eat gooseberry soaked in sugar. We don't know what is that sugar. Let us face reality. Eat gooseberry as gooseberry. You want people to accept you as who you are, right? No sugar coating. So why not you accept gooseberry as gooseberry? Eat gooseberry as it is. Because as per Ayurveda, we need the taste of all the six in our body to keep the body's immune system working well. Sweet, sour, pungent, salt, correct? So we are more skewed, some of us towards sugar, some of us towards sweet, some of us towards pungent. When you balance that, it automatically improves your innate immunity. So please understand, try to eat things as they are. Correct? So this is one important stuff. And then preferably have warm water throughout the day instead of cold water or room temperature water, because it keeps your bodily fluids also very in a proper condition. So this is the main way to prepare the ENT. But coming back to the yoga processes, in yoga we have a fantastic technique called Brahmari. It's humming bee technique, correct? Many of us know that technique, and don't worry how you were taught, because there are many ways to do the same technique. Why we call our system as a spiritual system is we are not regimental in this is the only right way to do. There is no only right way to do, correct? Like even for conferencing, we have Zoom, Zoom, so many options are available, right? The objective is to do a conference call, that's it. How you do is up to us, correct? So there are multiple ways to do Brahmari. Don't get into whether this is right or wrong. Better start practicing it. That will give you the idea about what is Brahmari. Okay. So any of you here have practiced Brahmari before? Yeah.
No.
Okay. So I can see Dr. Priya sitting on the floor. So she's already a ready yogi right now available. We can see the way she is practicing it. If she is doing right, I am happy to make her the teacher for this. Dr. Priya, please.
Today I'm a student, will follow the guru. So I would definitely want to know the right way. I don't want to teach people the wrong thing.
Don't worry, you share. I will not allow it to be taught wrong. So
okay.
You please share it.
So it was like our thumb finger is towards the ears, I mean pressing the ears, and then our forefingers are, I mean all the fingers are on the face like this, and then we just do.
Listen to her. Huh? Yeah. Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah. So what she has said is slightly advanced. That is called Shanmukhi Mudra, but there is some correction needed in that mudra.
Yeah.
Let us do the simplest technique. Any of you want to give a demo? I think Vijayta was raising the hands.
Yeah, yeah, am I audible? Yeah.
Okay.
She did something which is a little more advanced. So basically you have to, the basic idea is to just close your ears so that the vibration stays in this area. And idea is that when you hum, it should be really loud so that you can feel the vibrations from your pituitary gland till your brain, till your head. If you do it for a longer time, you'll start feeling some vibration in the head. So the humming should be really loud and powerful. So it will be something like this. I'm just doing a simple way to close your ears. Anything can be done. This is the strength at which the humming has to be done. That's all I know.
True. So in the tradition, whatever Dr. Priya taught is in the level 3. Because what she taught, if we know how to practice, it not only helps to upgrade our ENT, but also helps to withdraw our mind. So what Dr. Priya taught also, not also, it is the advanced Brahmari. So when you get time, you can learn that. That is called Shanmukhi Mudra. 5-6 phases, no? 5 senses and the mind. So when Brahmari is done like that, it is a preparation for meditation. So it is a very good technique. And we also have to learn that because immunity also begins in the mind. Eventually, we have to learn what she demonstrated. But we have to begin where Vijayata showed, so that all of us are here just for 40-45 minute session, no? So I am going to share which is easy for you to follow. Okay. So we have to do exactly what Vijayata said, but always remember inhalation, exhalation should be through the nose. And when you say the sound, it is the regular talking voice or slightly above. So remember a humming bee, how it comes near you and makes such a sound, right? So that sound should be here. And all of us, as I keep saying, we speak a lot for not only for us, for our fellow chapter members' businesses also. So it helps to keep the vocal cord in pink condition. But do not practice this during the day after you have spoken a lot to people, because you will have rupture here. You will feel irritated in the throat. This is the reason why we start and practice yoga processes before we start the day. So this is one simple tip. If you have already spoken a lot in the day, it will be difficult for you to practice Brahmari. I'm sure Dr. Priya and Vijayata also know this. They have done it. If it is better, you do it before the start of the day. And the beauty is, we started to share this on March 22nd. Government of India in April first week comes up with a notification that 6.5 minutes of Brahmari is very good to improve your ENT, thereby boosting your immunity. It's in the Government of India Yoga Association website. So, but our people are all practicing from March 22nd. So it is measured at Ayurveda college in Nepal. It's called Janaki Ayurveda College. The reports are available in the internet on the efficacy of Brahmari. So my request is practice for 6 to 7 minutes every day at a stretch. Today, because we have shortage of time, we will do it only 3 times. Is it okay? And your exhalation, try to keep it longer. It will naturally be longer, so don't worry. When you are contracting the throat to make the humming sound, obviously the windpipe is slightly less, diameter reduces, right? When you contract. So naturally your exhalation will be more. If it is less, you have to be careful. Because one of the key tests of corona is, are you able to hold your breath for 10 to 15 seconds without struggling? So this is one of the tips which I can give you. Once in a while, you can check whether you are able to hold your breath for 10 to 15 seconds without struggle. If it is not there, again, don't need to worry. You may have corona. You might have been having a sedentary lifestyle. So when you have a sedentary lifestyle, the capacity of lungs get reduced. So you start practicing pranayama techniques. That's the only thing. I'm not here to terrorize anybody, please. Yeah. So let's practice 3 rounds. Yeah. I think all of you have finished the practice. This you can teach your children also. if the children are feeling that so many things are, I'm unable to concentrate, so many thoughts are coming, because they have more distraction today than we ever had in our childhood. So despite that, they are struggling, they are studying well, they are trying to get good grades, right? So we should also be kind. We should not tell them old stories of how we went in cycle to college, we went in the footboard. Nobody asked you that. If they are inspired, they will ask you what you did. So don't bore them with our stories. The only bore allowed is the borewell by Ilango right now. Okay. So let's not bore our children with the stories, but give them techniques. It's like they say, no, teach people to fish. You don't need to fish for them. So give them techniques which they will remember for life. Let them create their own stories. Okay. They have enough stories around. So please teach them simple techniques like this. Teach this technique to your spouse. It's very good, because at that time you can talk anything to them, they can't hear. Correct? Just on a lighter note. So teach this to anybody who tells you, I'm not able to keep my mind and focus and all that. From today, what you do is, if anyone is talking to you with a problem, give them a process. Don't let us not become agony aunts. Just constantly talking and walking away. Don't allow anyone to walk away like that. They should think twice before talking with you. If I talk with them, they are going to give me a process to do. So I better not talk with them. So you can avoid unnecessary talk. We need energy. We need to conserve energy. If anybody is telling you anything, give them a process. This in a subtle way I have learned from Amrut also. Yeah, no, training also.
Second talk.
If a question is asked, you have to be given the opportunity of doing that. Correct? So please remember to give everybody something. It's like a seed, no? It will sprout in the way it has to sprout. Teach people to do something. Okay. So then let's move to one more mudra called Prana Mudra.
Priya wanted to say something.
Krishna, I have one question.
Yeah.
You said, okay, Brahmari, you don't do to the end of the day. But I've also heard of a talk that you need to do Brahmari so that you can sleep well. People having insomnia and all. Brahmari helps them. So, I mean, it's, how do you say, is it good that people suffering from insomnia, we advise them to do a Brahmari just before
The
bedtime?
only rider I mentioned was, if you have spoken a lot during the day, when you do Brahmari, it will hurt you.
Okay.
But if insomnia is a bigger issue, then better we reduce talking and keep our throat in a healthy condition to do Brahmari.
Okay.
So Brahmari is an excellent technique because it clears the mind. See, many people can't sleep because of thoughts, various thoughts.
Yes.
Though we intellectually know a thought will become a reality only will you give strength to it. Correct? But we
Yes.
keep giving strength to the thoughts which should not become real, and they become real. This is in the modern way. This is what they teach in NLP, right? How to see, if you want a tomato plant to come, if you think of an apple, how it will come. That is how we are thinking and living our life. So a person with insomnia, ask them to slow down, and then they can practice this. Not a problem, because this pranayama technique, even when you have food in stomach also, you can practice. Not a problem. Okay. Good that you raised it.
Thank you.
So now we will go to one more aspect of yoga. This is called a mudra. Like this is called the prana mudra. Many of you know this, right? This is the ring finger and the little finger. Gently you have given a pressure. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So you have to ensure the palms face the ceiling and open the chest and gently place on the thighs. This side is on the thighs. Don't sit straight like this. You see many people practicing meditation. On seeing them, you are afraid. They are so serious, as if they just had a dose of neem oil or castor oil. Such people, neither they should call themselves spiritual, nor we should call them spiritual. They have a mental issue. Okay, they need to visit a psychotherapist or a yoga teacher. They should not meditate. Meditation is not the medicine for everything. So you have to have a gentle smiling face. You are with yourself, right? If you can't gently smile at yourself, who is going to smile at you? So we should have a gentle smile on our face. And preferably the elbow should be 90-degree, and because it helps the chest to be open. When the chest is open, you can take lot of prana. When you take lot of prana, the thoughts will be reduced. And this mudra helps us to intake lot of prana. I'm purposefully using the word prana, not breath, because all of us are Indians here. Prana is nothing but breath plus plus. Because though she is a dentist, she must have seen a lot of patients in coma, right? We also have seen. We go with Horlicks and fruits to see people, right? Sometimes in hospital. People who are staying with them only will have, because a coma patient can't have anything. So even if you go to the hospital, people lying down are also breathing. We are also breathing. Someone in the stage of coma is also breathing. The main difference is the prana shakti in our body. Prana shakti means life force. Just for lack of words, they are telling pranayama is breathing techniques. It is called life force regulation, technically speaking. So if I put a board saying, teaching you the immortal life force regulation technique, nobody will come to study because people don't know what it is. So we have to tell them breathing techniques. Like you invite visitor and they don't know, before they realize they become a member, no? Something like that. So you tell breathing and you call inside and then you tell them this is prana, that's it. Before they know the check is signed, due diligence is done, they become a member. So initially, if we tell it's a great yogic session, many of you would not have come. So we told building immunity. So automatically everybody is needing to build immunity. Then we will tell you about this is the tradition, culture, heritage. Let's do what our ancients do and benefit from it. Okay. So mudra is like this. So what we can do is, for the next couple of minutes, let us sit quiet with a gentle smile, and then you can practice this mudra. But if any of you at home have been given a work, please do that and then do this practice. Otherwise, somebody will scold you. Okay. So sit straight, open out your chest. Anybody having doubt in the mudra, please unmute and ask me. So it is like this. Are you able to see my fingers? Don't keep it like this. It should be like this. And then place it straight on your inner thighs. Correct? So those of you seated on the floor, if you want, you can sit in Vajrasana, which is thunderbolt, if you know that posture. Okay. That will amplify the benefit of this practice. All you need to do is not do anything. Just be there for 2 minutes till you hear my voice. If you are comfortable, close your eyes. We have 2 CCTV people. They are doing surveillance. Nothing will happen. Close your eyes and then with a gentle smile, observe your breath. With a few blinks, you can open your eyes. So in the waking state, when we practice this at home, at least somebody will be at peace. Sometimes it is us, sometimes it is others. Suppose you are the one who is bossing around at home, everyone will at your home will encourage you to do meditation. Take it from me. They'll be very happy.
What is this asana called, sir?
This is simple prana mudra. What you can do, this is the ideal way to practice. But suppose you get a phone call. You just put in your Bluetooth, sit on a chair, gently have a talk in the phone, also practice the mudra. Nothing wrong. It is better than doing nothing. So when you're watching your television news, anyway, it's only agitating us. So I hope many of you are not watching news. If you're watching a television also, you can be seated in the mudra and watch. But the best way is to just keep quiet, not taking any external inputs, just being with you. But some of us may not be able to do. It's okay. So let's practice the mudra. Practicing of mudra is important. Over a period of time, when you start feeling you are able to breathe well, your lungs are better, you will automatically come away from television and Bluetooth at that time. And you will do this, correct? So we all have sedentary lifestyle, all said and done. So when you practice this mudra once in a while, my request is minimum 6 to 12 minutes every day you can practice, minimum. So when you're attending, all of us speak on phone. Moment you are up, you are either on WhatsApp or on phone, right? So let the call keep going on. You please practice the mudra. Is it okay? And I am going to share you one more mudra, and then we will open out the session for discussion. This is one more mudra called Linga mudra. See, what you should do is coalesce the fingers. The left thumb is up. The right is around the left base. You have to hold this steady, and depending on the length of your arms, some of us have short arms, some of us have longer arms. So I am not going to tell you where to keep the hands. Wherever you can reach, gently with the chest open, you can hold it below. Navel or below, generally you can take this. And hold it tight as possible, because this is called Linga Mudra. It helps men more than women, but in women also it helps because today they are also gradually in the sedentary lifestyle. Earlier it was very difficult. They were 365 days, 24 hours walking God at every home, because they are up before we are up, and they go to gently sleep after we go to sleep. Many homes it is still there, okay, but they also today need protection from nervous. This helps to strengthen the nervous system. And in men, for many, okay, is there any child sitting with any of you? No, right? Okay, it helps to counter your ED problem.
There was a child before.
Huh?
I saw there was a child sitting with a parent, if I'm not wrong.
Okay, so I am just telling ED. Remember, all of us you know the word ED. In BNI also we have, so you remember that. But because we sit and practice a lot, for women also there are issues. For men also there are issues. We are compressing the nerves in the wherever we should not compress. We should be stretching the nerves. So when you practice this very tight, it gradually helps you to strengthen the nervous system wherever it has to be strengthened. So the name itself is called Linga Mudra, and it is very, very important. Okay, during these times we become nervous. There is a lot of tension. So this helps you to counter that. And for some of you, in the initial days, when you hold the mudra tight, your hand may shiver. It is okay. That means body needs to do work. The nervous system is a bit weak. So it is okay. For some of you, it will be rock steady. That's absolutely okay. You make it still steadier. Make it like a diamond. That's it. From rock to diamond. So no harm in tuning the nerves in this way. Okay. So these are some of the methods, practicing Brahmari, saltwater gargling, accepting the reality that the only thing is change, the ultimate change is death. Nobody can escape. Because in our tradition, we are mentally prepared to accept even Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva have an expiry date. If you want, you can read Shiva Purana. Their age is given there. We are a tradition which goes beyond name and form. So this is the reality. This is the reality and an opportunity to accept religion as it is and rise above and enter spiritual path. So anybody with the name and form will have an expiry date. So let us be very clear. And nobody can determine the expiry date. It is based on our karma balance. But so we don't need to program ourselves. We will get. And today in BNI, we have Dr. Pradeep Kumar. So please sleep peacefully. He will help us. So remove this notion of fear and death as much as possible. Because if we are not strong, family will not be strong. We have to be the strength to our chapter members as well. Correct? On seeing the way we are, they should also live life bindas. And there will be fear. Remember, we are all having fear. The tradition clearly says, till you realize who you are, the component of fear cannot be removed from the psyche. When I say who you are, the supreme reality, that's very far. So let us accept, when I am talking with you, I know how to hide my fear. Just learn how to hide your fear. Nobody wants to see you afraid. Show the right face, because the reality is, don't deny fear, give it the right place, but don't give an extraordinary place to fear in life. Use that fear to chart out a future plan for your family and business, which you have never done it before. So sit down and do what is the priority listing. So when you do such things, and you can always get in touch, because it is very difficult to get someone senior like Amrut here. For me, a bit, I am shivering before Naga Subramaniam and Amrut, because they have been training and saying this for many years. Correct? And before them, I am a bacha only, but I still take the opportunity to tell that let us learn from all of us around. Okay, and they have been practicing it very systematically. And any doubt, I'm going to share a free booklet, no strings attached, forward to whoever can learn. And many things which we have not discussed here is also in the booklet, like the traditional way to do sun salutation. We have given a YouTube connect. There is a 18-minute YouTube connect of whatever I shared with you, so that if you have doubt, you can play that 18-minute video and see. This is our only contribution from Srimad to the society. And I'm very grateful to Amrut for arranging this opportunity. And if you have any questions, the floor is open. Otherwise, I think Rohit and Amrut can take a call next. My work is done.
Anyone questions?
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I just need a small clarification on the. First of all, thank you for all the great information. It was like a reinforcement or a revision for many things which many other people might already know but did not pay attention to. My question is for the Jal Neti which you suggested. If anyone has sinus issues or has had a sinusitis operation done, is it advisable, and how risky it is? Because I have heard that water should not go into your sinus pockets. So can you just throw?
So you can consult the Ayurveda doctor whom you know. So this is for a good question actually. This is for people who have not been operated at all. And I guess 99% of us have not been operated. But the exceptions are the one whom we need to inform. As you rightly said, if anyone has a nasal septum deviation operation done, please consult your ENT or the good Ayurveda doctor. They can just see your nose and tell you. You don't even need to visit them. Arrange a Zoom call. You tell the symptoms. They will ask you some questions. So once you are comfortable with that, then you can start the practice. And ensure that whoever teaches it, you check Because what is warm for Vijayta may be very hot for Mahendranath. Because each of us are different. So how to find out? This is our baby skin, the nasal membrane skin, and this skin is similar. So you put the water here, the salt water, warm salt water here. If you are able to take that heat, then you put it in the nostril. Otherwise process is good, but you are doing in the wrong way. Correct? So something like operation successful, patient is gone, things like that. So don't do the right things in the wrong way. Huh? So it's a good question, Vijayta, you asked. So any of you having any doubt, please don't do it. And after Jalaneti, don't blow your nose so hard that you may become deaf. Be very kind to yourself. You are only removing the water from the nasal area, not from your entire body. So don't practice vigorously blowing the water out of your nose. Huh? Yeah, Mr.
Sir, can I share my experience?
Yeah.
When I was studying in SLC, I had a severe tonsils. The doctors told me to have operation, but my grandmother avoided it, and she advised me to gargle salt water in hot water. So I avoid tonsils operation. Up to today, I am 73.
Oh.
Yes, so second one, my grandfather advised me to clap in the earliest stage. So what happens, I am not so experienced in yoga, but what I had my experiences, if you see the old people, the fingers are slightly like this. If we are doing like this, the fingers are straightly we are having, no irritating or something will happening. There is nothing for me.
Correct.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Because any type of arthritis will not come to us. That is the strength of clapping. So anyway, we are our chapter president will make us clap, right? Whether we need it, whether we like it, also we have to clap. So start clapping vigorously. Okay. Yeah. Any of you?
Doctors asked my mother to do Jalneti because she has a lot of kapha and phlegm.
Okay.
So how do we start? She's little scared to do that.
Yeah. See, as a thumb rule, yoga was meant only for people who are already okay. Today it has been brought down to the level of therapy because a lot of benefits are there. In any disorder or a disease, first consult a holistic practitioner. Because some of the allopathic doctors are also very holistic. They give very less medicine. So I'm not passing any judgment on anybody. You approach a holistic practitioner, get a proper vetting of her health done, and then you demonstrate it to her. You make sure that she feels happy. And when we demonstrate, we should not show them signs of tiredness. Oh, I am doing it like that. No. When you practice it with joy, they immediately start practicing because it's all in the mind, right? So first step is to take them to the doctor. Then if they're okay, you teach them that. Okay.
Sir, Jalaneti is with the warm water or just cold water, sir?
Warm water. Because warm water, warm saline water mimics the fluids in the body. If we do a cold water, it is actually going to reduce our immunity. See, many of us are walking time bombs because we take refrigerated food. Only when is the ice box ordered? When somebody is dead.
Correct.
We are all walking dead bodies only. Too much we use refrigerator.
Correct.
So refrigerated water, we drink everything, correct? And then we want to be healthy also. How is it possible? Doctor only will become healthy. His bank account will be healthy. Okay, so reduce your refrigerated stuff intake. Use it only for preserving butter, vegetables and fruits, not to preserve. Your life cannot be preserved in cold because life means warm and hot. That's why we say warm regards. Correct? We don't say cold regards, means the meaning is different, right? Cold-blooded. So warm means life. So let us move to, we are also a tropical country, right? Let's move to being warm, not only in our behavior, also in our foods.
If for Jalneti, should we have that kind of that vessel we get it, no? Or how do we do it?
Yeah, it is a Jalneti. a 25 rupee pot is available at Vivekananda Yoga Kendra behind the Ramakrishna Mutt. Okay, so that can be used because they have beautifully designed it in a simple way. And whichever nostril is open, because we have two nostrils, only one nostril will be open at any time. You have to start Jalaneti in the nostril which is open. Okay, so
This is available on Amazon also, by the way, if anyone
yeah,
wants.
good. But don't show this to Chennai people. A water scarcity, it is looking like a small pot. In that, you can do it in both the nostrils also. Huh? Yeah, they may file a PIL on you. So it's a very big pot. Half of that is enough for each nose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is partly for Jalneti and then part uses to water my plants. That's fine.
It looks like a family pot to me.
Yeah, family pot.
So it should be with salt water, is it? Warm salt water.
Lukewarm salt water. And preferably don't use free-flowing iodine salt. It's not only bad for Jalaneti, bad for our health also. So that if you have such salt, walk up to the nearest coconut tree, 5 feet, leave from the coconut tree and deposit that salt. Please start using regular salt. All these fancy salts are not good. Iodized and all that things. Yeah.
This is a bottle of clear nasal which was done by one of the Ayurvedic member.
Oh, great.
In BNI itself, I got in, and then this is, I use it for my husband, my personal experience, because he has this allergic sneeze. So using this has really drastically helped him.
Yeah.
To get over this. So it's called as clear nasal.
Yeah.
And get it in there, and they come with their own pouches also of the salt thing which you mentioned.
Yeah.
So, but one good thing I got from you is like to use warm water.
Yeah.
So I was just using a little home temperature. So that was a good takeaway. Thank you, Mr. Krishna.
Yeah.
I think one thing
what Mr. Nagasubramaniam is having is the easiest and best because there is no moving part. The more moving part, more problem. If you lose the cap, you cannot do it. Okay. So keep things simple and practice this.
No, but I still feel, it's to be done or learned from a proper guru like this, because if you do it wrongly, it's going to be a little issue, because this is what I realized in my stay with Srimad. This is one thing which it is to be learned only through a proper person. Otherwise, self in this could lead to, a bad experience in the first, because they teach the small tips like, especially I saw him saying, you put the water here and check it. I don't think any books will tell you, because that's the best method. Otherwise, the whole thing. And again, when you flow the water like this, then it comes out, that whole process, they take you through step by step. See, and also tell some wrong practices, don't do that, because that, I think it's at least this particular part, I've seen in my own batch, we had some foreigners also, they had, troubles in that, but they moderated it. Look, don't do that. First, do it like this, and then we learn by seeing, do it in the first, correctly. But it's not. I think other things I've been seeing the books and doing, but this is one thing which I strongly believe that it has to be done by somebody, along with some proper guidance. Otherwise, it's going to be a little tricky.
Yeah. Right. That's why I was sharing with Amrit's spouse that they have to do. Someone has to do it and show to somebody. This is like learning to ride a bike from a book. It will be looking easy, but we can't even balance the bike, right?
Correct.
So everything we can't learn from internet or something. You need somebody to teach, right? ABCD looks easy now, but somebody taught us some time back. So it's always better to reach out to someone who is practicing and learn from them, and then
do you have a video of that yourself?
Video is okay, but it's again self-limiting. Yeah, we can do.
See, videos are. I have a very good video from one hospital in Pune where all the doctors are doing it, and touch wood, none of them have been COVID positive till now. It's a very good video with step-by-step instructions. But the problem is with these things is that if your first experience is very bad, you will never touch it again. So that is a problem, because otherwise the process is really easy and smooth, and it gets over within 2 minutes. But first experience should not be scary. Water goes here and there, that person will never touch the Jalneti pot again.
Yeah, true, very true. That's it from my side. I just leave
Sir,
the.
if you can guide us for Jalniti, it will be helpful to everybody, sir. Because
I don't mind just sharing it if you can come to my place or
where are you put up, sir?
near Nelamangala.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't prefer teaching such processes online.
fine.
Uh,
Where exactly near Nelmangla, sir?
but you can learn from any yoga teacher. All the yoga teachers, certified teachers will know this. They'll be very happy to teach you. In fact,
Fine.
they'll be praising you. Everyone asks them, teach me asana, teach me asana. If you go and tell them, please teach me Jalneti, they'll be very happy with you. So you let me know which area you are from. I'll try to find out somebody there.
I'm from Shesharipuram, sir.
Okay. So maybe we'll catch up.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I think thanks for the patience. I leave the stage to Rohit and Amrut to conclude.
Thank you so much, sir. It was very useful and the need of the hour for all of us. And I'm sure all of us will practice and we'll give you feedback. And we're very thankful for your time. And if any other questions are there, you can please ask. Otherwise, we'll have open networking for the next 15 minutes. And anyone who wants to stay can stay.
Thank you, Krishna.
So also, Sir, also because you said you were in Nelamangala, I was seeing some Ayurvedic practitioner who said all this Nelanalli or something is very helpful at this time. It is called Bhumi Amalakya or some Nelanalli. Do you have any idea where you get it? Because I tried finding it, I could not.
In FRLHT, IAIM Healthcare in Jarka Bande Kaval.
Okay.
IAIMhealthcare.org if you go.
IAIM.
IAIM.
Okay.
Institute of Ayurveda and Integrated Medicine.
Okay.
Ayurveda super specialty hospital in India.
Okay.
Funded by Tata. It is in Yelahanka. So I'm sure architect Lavanya knows that place.
Wait, I know it. It's closer to my place.
Yeah.
CRPF.
Yeah.
Yelahanka Dodbada for CRPF.
Yeah.
I have installed the audio system there. I have
Get all
installed
the
the audio.
Hospital.
All the herbs there, and I can share Dr. Ganesh Babu's number, who is head of that department.
Okay.
And you can procure more than 5,000 herbs. They have the repository. They are the herb custodian of India.
Okay. Great. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
So
Thank you, Mr. Krishnan. Thank you. Vinay here.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you. I am taking your leave. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishna sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Good day.
I think a pretty decent, a good session, right?